What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. I want to go over some of the data points, break it down on what is really influencing it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is up 1.18%, $5.12 a low, 530 the high. So this run up is a byproduct of shorts. So I'm going to go over that in a second. And same as day to day, what normally happens is you have some big money kind of trading back and forth at the beginning part, then algos kick in. So all this barcoding right here is just algorithmic trading, kind of low volume today. So 30.1 mil for that, 81.3 is the average. Over here, only one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. It is a buy for 188,000, but still not to the extent that I would like to see. Most likely a lot of big money is just waiting for the elections to come out tomorrow. I know some people have disagreed with me on that in the comments, saying that NIO and just the American politics don't go hand in hand, they don't jive. I kind of tend to disagree, and only being when Trump was last in power, he pretty much threatened all the Chinese stocks on the exchange to be kicked off probably a good dozen times. So I think no matter what, it will affect NIO, and I think that's kind of why some big money is just waiting. So we'll just have to wait and see how the elections do go. But no official news associated to NIO today, no SEC filings. A couple unofficial things did come out, even though I guess this says exclusive and all that, but NIO officially launches in Israel with local partner Delek Motors, if I'm saying that right. And so one thing that this doesn't actually state, that I kind of did some vague research, I don't think Israel's infrastructure is good enough to accommodate mass kind of imports of EVs. So that's one thing that I guess you have to kind of consider. UAE, Saudi Arabia, they've been really ramping up on infrastructure in that general area. And one thing to note, though, they have a lot of big money. Israel, I'd say not so much. So I think this is good, bigger picture for NIO, but this isn't something that you need to drop what you're doing right now and buy NIO. But then again, what do I know, right? Other thing that did come out that I just wanted to share with you was posted by NIO Investor, and it just shows a senior consultant at Mercedes just speaking very positively on ONVO. So yeah, I think that's good. ONVO is going to be a very big deal for just NIO, bigger picture, and it should be, again, especially based on price point, technology, there's no real negatives about there that I can see, at least. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments below. Like I mentioned, shorts did return quite a lot early on. I'm not really sure why, unless there is some other possible news that might be coming out in regards to European tariffs or maybe stimulus. There's a lot of rumors as far as stimulus. There's going to be updates for Friday, but I think all that, nobody really knows exactly what is truly coming out. But shorts, regardless though, they must know something, because shorts are returning 3.49 million shares. 14.06% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 187.83 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average is 2.5, utilization is 91.5. So yeah, all in all, pretty good to see shorts returning some of their shares. And based on this is why I like to analyze this type of information, because there's around 2.1 million shares available to be shorted. So if shorts really felt that NIO was ready to go down and all the other crap, they could easily increase their position. So that's fairly good, positive stuff. Aside from that, moving over to options, very low volume, so 1.6 million for calls, 427,000 inputs. 46% of all the options being done are optimistic and bullish. Of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be roughly around that 650, and then puts sub maybe around 450. So kind of evenly divided, but still a little bit more upside it's anticipated. Dark pool, as usual, is a very common exchange or popular exchange by shorts and a lot of larger entities. So these are all the transactions that have occurred so far today. So yeah, it is what it is. This is the sketchy stuff, and normally, not saying it happens with every scenario, but normally when you see a lot of volume on the dark pool, very little on the secondary market, it shows that there is some signs of manipulation. But then again, I'm sure any investor in NIO longer than a week already knows that there is a lot of manipulation. But Right now with that $5.16, trading between this S1 and the pivot. So 498 is the strong support. 537 is going to be the next strong resistance / target. But quickly moving over to IBKR, as you can see, it is kind of still stuck in limbo between that 250-day moving average and currently right now below the ALMA. So a little bit more suppression is happening, and yeah, it definitely does need to get above those key points, still above that 200-day moving average. So 505 will be a strong point to really watch for. Wasn't really tested all that much today. So in general, I think it is ready to go higher. I think maybe just the elections need to pass in order for NIO to get the green light to potentially move higher back into the sixes. But there's a lot of resistance points just to take note of. So the ALMA at 527 and then that 50-day moving average at 547. Right now, a little bit more of a bearish sentiment is starting to form on stochastic RSI, but it is rather neutral, so not really considered overbought nor oversold. And then the MACD is rather bearish. So somewhat mixed data based on this. Quickly going over here, no new analyst ratings have come out since last time I gave an update. So last one was done by Eugene, who has a 81% success rating. And while I'm actually on here, Elliott Wave Technicals, I'll give you an overview of that. It does have a pivot point of $5.75. So for as long as it is below that, then it is anticipated to hit this range, as I've shared with you in the past. So let me know your thoughts on NIO. What do you think is going to be the next big catalyst? So some people, abnormally, I don't know if there was something that did come out, but a lot of people were asking if NIO's earnings is this week. And as far as I'm aware, I don't see that. Based on this, it doesn't have an announcement date. But just logically, with the last one being in September the 5th, it should be the first week of December. But I don't know. Somehow there was 3 random comments saying that earnings is this week. So if you are aware of that, please let me know. As far as I know, I don't think so. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. 2 things I want to share with you though. Take advantage of this promo because it gives you 8 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000, so that's a kick-ass deal. And then I launched memberships. So I have a private Discord. If you want buy signals on stocks and options, then definitely take advantage of that. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.